welcome to the FFL-Wood Squares. Hello, everybody say hi. Hey, I am your host, Stacey Sims. And yes, everybody else is on mute. We have decided to take a classic game show, and it really seems tailor-made for the Zoom calls that we are all on right now, and turn it into a fun way to get to know the Friends for Life faculty, board members, and speakers. Okay, so I am going to go over our hopefully very brief rules in just a minute. But first, let me introduce you to our panelists, the FFL-Wood Squares. So thank you all for joining me today. Edward Hawthorne, I am going to start with you. And so that means, of course, unmute. How many times are we going to say mute and unmute here today? He is the managing partner of CE3 Solutions, which he founded after a 33-year career at Bank of America. Edward's on the board of Friends for Life, as well as the National Diabetes Volunteer Leadership Council. Joins us from California. We're at 6 o'clock in the morning. Ed, thank you so much for getting up and joining us.
My pleasure.
Okay, Moira McCarthy is a very familiar name to a lot of us. Wait a minute. Moira, what time is it where you are? All right, she is an award-winning travel journalist, crime reporter, and adventure writer, and martini lover. Her daughter was diagnosed in 1997, and Moira became an incredible advocate. JDRF Volunteer of the Year, top fundraiser, part of the Ask the D-Moms team on Diabetes Connections, and of course on Healthline recently, had an incredible article interviewing Dr. Fauci. Moira, thanks for being here.
Sorry, it's just you got me at breakfast.
No doubt. And we are all in different time zones here. I mentioned Edward's in California, Moira's in Massachusetts. Grumpy is in the UK. Ooh, sorry about that. Secret identities all around. Okay, so Grumps is the grumpy pumper. He was diagnosed at 25. Last year, his youngest son was diagnosed with type 1 as well, which just stinks. He's done incredible work with his Talk About Complications campaign. And what time is it where you are, my happy friend?
Like 2 in the afternoon, so time for a nap.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you for being here. Carrie Sparling is our next panelist. Carrie was diagnosed at age 7 as the creator of the long-running blog 6 Until Me, which she wrote from 2005 to 2019. She is the author of Balancing Diabetes and is a speaker who works to present the patient perspective. And she is the editorial director for Friends for Life. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. And I will smile to make up for being grumpy.
Carrie is also the first person on the Zoom call to get a phone call during the Zoom call. So we'll see how that goes. Dr. Henry Rodriguez. All right, let me spotlight you. Professor of Pediatrics, Clinical Director of the USF Diabetes and Endocrinology Center. He has focused his career on collaborative clinical research, clinical care, on education, type 1 diabetes. Joining us from the Florida beaches. Thank you for being here.
Pleasure to be here. And I put my sunscreen on, so I think I'm good for today.
Cherise Shockley is our next panelist, and she is the community manager for Diatribe. But most of the diabetes community probably knows you as the creator of the DSMA Twitter chat, which is more than 10 years strong. How long has DSMA been going on?
Ooh, it will be 10 years on July the 10th, I believe.
Wow. Yeah, so when this airs, we're taping in advance. So, wow, that's 10 years strong. And she more recently started Women of Color Diabetes, WC Diabetes, which is on Instagram and elsewhere. You can find it. Serving 5.5 years in the Army Reserve and diagnosed with LADA at the age of 23. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited. I wish I drank alcohol like Moira, because I probably would have a martini right now.
Okay, the eagle-eyed among you will notice that we've had a substitution. There's a little last-minute backstage shenanigans, but joining us from Israel, I believe. I don't know where you are this morning. Oren Lieberman, where are you joining us from this morning?
I am in Jerusalem, so Israel. It is now 4:30 p.m. So.
Well, you are, as you we'll read your bio here. So Oren is CNN international correspondent based in Jerusalem. He was diagnosed with type 1 in Nepal while backpacking around the world with his wife. He did go back and finish that trip. His book is The Insulin Express, One Backpack, 5 Continents, and the Diabetes Diagnosis That Changed Everything. or in standby. We've gone over the rules, but I will read them again. So they're very important. Can't mess this up. Just kidding. But thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Of course, I apologize for being late again.
No problem. We got you. All right. So who is left? And that would be Renza. Renza Shibilia has lived with type 1 since 1998. She is the National Program Manager for Type 1 Diabetes and Community at Diabetes Australia. She's the author of one of Australia's most widely read patient blogs, Diabetogenic, and she is deliberately non-compliant. Thank you for being here, Renza. And again, we'll ask you, what time is it there?
Oh, it's about, what time is it? It's 25 past 11 in the evening.
Oh, Moira should pass you the martini glass for sure.
No, except I would probably fall asleep, and I'm doing everything I can to stay awake. So I won't be drinking.
Well, I really appreciate that. Now, there's a lot of me talking, and I do appreciate your patience. Just a little bit more of some of the rules before we start playing. Okay, some of you are familiar and have played my weird game show shenanigan stuff before, but many of you have never met me or done this, so I really appreciate the leap of faith that you took in coming on. If you're familiar with traditional Hollywood squares, this is going to be a bit different. First, you notice we have no contestants. We do have 2. I will tell you about them in a moment, but I figured with 9 of us already here, 2 more on Zoom would just be a little bit too difficult to do. So our contestants are going to be off screen, and actually they're not even playing. We are playing for them. Our contestants are RACHAEL HAINES, she is X. Julie Buckley is the circle. And they were chosen by random from the Diabetes Connections Facebook group. They are playing for bragging rights and for a $50 Amazon gift card. We're going to try to play 2 out of 3 games if time allows. We shall see. This is classic tic-tac-toe. The idea is to get 3 squares in a row, either X's or O's. The O is the circle, of course. And yes, Zoom is weird. So the way the panelists are seeing the grid is not how I am seeing the grid and not how you, as you're watching now, are seeing the grid. Isn't Zoom wonderful? So we've decided that it will be my view. I'll keep you posted on what is where. I'm the free square, so you can see in my name that I have XO next to me. As people win squares, they will get the X or the O next to their name. Don't worry, panelists, I will take care of that, which means it's just going to be a big mess. I'm going to ask one of our panelists a question. They will answer. Another panelist of my choosing will tell us if they agree or disagree with that answer. Here's where it gets complicated. If the second panelist gets it right, then the contestant playing that question wins. Okay, we'll do a quick example. All right, everybody unmute. Carrie, I'm going to pick on you because you just put on some lip gloss. All right, Carrie, here's the question. Focus. There's no focus happening here, Cherise. Carrie, here's the question. What does FFL stand for?
Oh, I know this one. It stands for Friends for Life.
Renza, do you agree or disagree?
I think that Kerry would know, so I'm going to say yes, I agree.
All right, so if X were playing, X would get the square. Perfect. You guys are so smart.
We don't call it tic-tac-toe in Australia.
What do you call it?
Wood
Knots
fan.
and crosses.
Wait, I didn't hear it. Renza?
Knots and crosses.
Of course,
Knots and
Knots
crosses.
and crosses.
Noughts and crosses, yeah, same in the UK.
Like naught, 0, O, naught,
Oh,
cross.
knots and crosses.
I was thinking nautical knots.
That's what I was thinking.
No, so in the,
Accent.
in the UK, the first time we heard it called tic-tac-toe was when War Games, the movie, came out. No one had ever heard of it since then.
So let me quickly create a grid so that I can see what the heck I'm doing, and we will go from there. All right, everybody is ready? Okay, let's let X's go first. So this question is for X, and let's start. You know what? We'll put Moira on the spot first. The category, Moira, is industry and technology. You're right. So these are all sort of diabetes questions. Industry and technology. Lilly Diabetes is working on their own pump and pen system. One of their partners is DECA, helmed by Dean Kamen, inventor of early insulin pumps, and this bit of transportation equipment that made a huge splash, but never really caught on. What did Dean Kamen invent?
So I know a lot about technology because I worked in a movie theater when I was a teenager, and I had to take apart the popcorn machine to cook it every night. And so vast expertise leads me to know that it is the bane of all residents of Washington, D.C., second only to the scooter, the Segway.
Segway, haha. All right, Edward Hawthorne, For the X, do you agree that is the Segway? Have you ever ridden on a Segway?
I have watched people ride on it. I have watched people fall.
That's why he doesn't ride.
So therefore, I am going to suggest that because of Mara's experience with the popcorn machine, that she is not correct.
Oh, she is not correct. All right. The answer is the Segway. Moira is correct. And we get to say for the first time, Circle gets the square. Okay.
Nice job.
So, there you go. Circle gets the square. Excellent. Yeah. I thought it was really interesting that Lily Davy, she brought her own audience. I love it. All right. We don't have time for me to wax poetic about every single question, but you know, that's how I'm going to roll. All right. Next up is, all right, I'm just going to go move it around the board as best that I can. Let's go to Grumps. All right, Grumpy. This category is called Spell It. You can't even say it. Oh. I am going to spell a word. I'll give you the definition. I'm going to spell it. You have to pronounce it. If you have a pen, you might want to write this down, but you can probably wing it. Okay. The FDA recently approved a new rapid-acting insulin from Eli Lilly. Here is how it is spelled. L-Y-U-M-J-E-V. How do you pronounce it?
I need another question. I'm glad you didn't ask me to spell it because actually I'm dyslexic as well. So that
oh my goodness.
Yeah, dyslexic diabetic. It's not good, is it? So we could play this easy. So as I've found with all my friends globally in the doc, in the UK, we say things that you say differently. A zucchini here is a courgette. With an English accent, a courgette. So it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be right, whatever. I haven't got a clue.
My courgette is really tight right now.
I want to drive a courgette. Those are awesome.
Little red Corvette.
By the way, this is for the circle. So this would be a big move. All right. So it's L-Y-U-M-J-E-V. How do you pronounce it?
I think it's.
This is going to be terrible.
Dude, we got like half an hour.
What are the letters?
Okay. I think if I drunk as much as Moira, I'd be okay. It's Limeveer.
Limeveer. Okay, Limeveer.
That's the proper Oxford English Dictionary pronunciation.
Got it. Okay, American English only. Carrie, do you agree or disagree? It's L-Y-U-M-J-E-V.
L-Y-U. Again?
L-Y-U-M-J-E-V. This category may have to be.
Then a million more times, those letters still won't make sense together.
No,
right.
no.
This is like the worst airport code ever.
Hang on.
I would agree with Grumpy.
Okay, Grumpy, say it one more time.
Not to.
I can't remember what I said. Limeveer.
Okay, Limeveer.
With a foreign accent.
Actually, I take that back. I disagree because he sounds very wrong. So, no.
It's legal. Can she take it back?
Yes, she can take it back. It's pronounced Lumjev.
What?
Lumjev.
Are you sure it's not an anagram?
Yeah, it means move on to the next question. That's what it's an anagram for. Okay, X gets the spot. X gets the spot. So if you, I'm not going to even keep you up to date. I'll just let you know when somebody wins. All right, moving along. Let me just mark that we did that question because I don't want to go back to that one. Oh my goodness. Dr. Rodriguez, let's ask you this one. Okay, last summer, 2 outdoorsmen with type 1 set out to complete the 50 in 50. The second 50 is for the number of days they set aside to complete the task. They invited people with type 1 from all over the US to join them as they did this. What was the task? What is the first 50 for these outdoorsmen?
Climbing 50 trees.
Climbing 50 trees. Okay, this would be, by the way, this is for X. Climbing 50 trees. Oren Lieberman, do you agree or disagree? Climbing 50 trees around the US.
Well, that does sound pretty awesome and much more manageable. I think their goal is to climb the 50 highest peaks in every state.
You are correct. You
Sounds
are absolutely
insane,
right.
by the way.
Yes, and they did it. These are Circle gets the square there.
Didn't one of them break something?
Yes, I was going to tell you. So it's Patrick Murtis and Michael Shelver. And Michael fell. They both fell at one point, and Michael got pretty badly injured. So Patrick finished in the 50 days. Michael recovered and finished on his own, not in the 50 days. And I know these guys because they help run my kiddo's diabetes camp.
Oh, wow.
He did not participate.
That's cool.
Trees would have been safer, for sure.
Trees would have been a
would've
lot
been
safer. It's a pretty scary story. And
Dr. Rodriguez, you and I will do 50 trees in 50 days.
Okay, all right.
All right, I'm probably wrong, but I think we're playing for the circle right now. And let's go to Cherise. This is for you, this question.
I hope
All
it's
right.
easy because
Yeah, I hope.
don't give me any type of medicine to name or anything because I will screw it up. So I'm telling you now. Give me
No problem. No problem. All right, so.
Wait, are we allowed to request certain questions? I just want a rule clarification.
You can ask for anything you want. I'm still reading whatever I want, so don't worry about it. Okay. Here's a good one. Where's my kids baking championship question? All right, so season 8 of the Kids Baking Championship on Food Network had 2 contestants with type 1, Naima Winston and Elise Samus. Both competed in the show. Now, it's filmed for about a month during the summer in the same studio where adult baking competitions are shot. Nothing is scaled down. They give the kids one concession. What is that concession? I will give you multiple choice. And Cherise, you are muted. Just a heads up. So here's the multiple choice. Extra long matches, if needed, dull knives, or if they're too short, they can stand on a crate.
too short, stand on crate.
All right, too short, stand on crate. Renza, do you agree or disagree? Too short, stand on crate.
I hope that's right because the long matches, if they're too short, even a long match isn't going to help them light a gas. So yes, I think Cherise is right.
You are absolutely right. Circle gets the square. I think we're on circle there. All right.
Thank you, Renza.
We are close here. Okay, so as I'm following along, if I'm playing, X really needs to get one of these squares here. So the question, Renza, we're going to stay with you because
good.
you're in the square that X needs.
Okay.
Okay. In the last year, some super athletes in the diabetes community have competed on TV competitions. Which of these shows has not featured someone with type 1 diabetes? The Titan Games, American Ninja Warrior, or Ultimate Tag?
I literally know none of those shows and I have a moral objection to any sort of physical activity. So this is like, I need a 3-sided coin to flip. I'm going to say, what was the middle one?
The middle one was American Ninja Warrior.
No, I don't think it's that one. I think it was the third one.
Ultimate Tag.
Sure, that one.
Ultimate Tag. Okay, Moira, do you agree or disagree?
I would never disagree with Renza. I agree.
Excellent. It is Ultimate Tag. So X gets that square. And Ultimate Tag is a brand new game where it's really tag. And they said it's celebrity tag. I had no idea. Okay, so this is for Circle to win. No pressure. Oren Lieberman, you are up. All right.
It's A.
It's A. I lost my category.
I agree.
You agree. All right, hold on.
As a fellow
Go big or
journalist,
go
I
home.
think he's right.
Oh, you know why I messed myself up? Because I have a question about Oren Lieberman. I probably shouldn't ask you that.
Oh, that's creepy.
God, I hope I get that right.
Ooh.
No, it's here's all right, Carrie, since you said it, the category is, hey, I know that guy. And these are questions about panelists.
Okay.
So Carrie, this question is for Oren.
I'm going to poker face this one.
Okay. And Carrie, yeah, just Carrie Sparling started 6 until me until I'm sorry, you don't really have to hide. It's okay. Carrie Sparling started 6 until me in May of 2005. And that month, she handed out her very first nickname, something that she would smartly continue to protect the privacy of friends and family. What was the nickname in her second post on 6 until me that she gave a friend? Was it the Juggernaut, Batman, or Wonder Woman?
You better get this right, Oren.
Carrie, do you even remember?
Of course I do. I wrote the stupid thing.
It was 2005.
I've written plenty of things I don't remember.
Yeah.
Let's hear the options once again.
Juggernaut, Batman, or Wonder Woman?
And this just describe a friend?
A friend.
Oh, I know this one.
Why does everybody know this one but me? Wonder Woman.
But we're feigning we know.
Yeah. All right. So you're going to say Wonder Woman.
Wait, Carrie, am I going to say that?
Well, someone has to agree. Or
I
disagree.
Oren, I was giving you subtle clues during certain points. Everyone likes the Batman. I don't know.
Oren, do you want to stay with your question?
No, I feel confident. I feel like we may have bent a rule there.
So I'm so sorry. Just for my purpose, my audio purposes, what did you say?
I'm going to stick with Wonder Woman.
Stick with Wonder Woman. Grumps, do you think, agree or disagree, Grumps, Wonder Woman? Or was it Batman or Juggernaut?
I think, just off the top of my head, without any prompting, I'd probably say he's wrong and it was Batman.
Amazingly, Grumps, you're right. Circle gets the square and wins that game. It was Batman. But, Oren, I applaud your ethics. Carrie?
I can't spell Juggernaut, so it wouldn't have been
I don't have any ethics, so it doesn't matter.
All right, we are on our second game. Julia Buckley has won that first game, so congratulations. We're going to try to play 2 out of 3. We're probably going to run out of time, but we will do our very best. All right. Quick commercial break for just one moment. I just want to make sure to say that at Friends for Life, I am doing a discount for my book, The World's Worst Diabetes Mom. I know commercials, sorry. But if you use the promo code FFL2020 at checkout, you will save $4 off the cover price. And before we move on to our next round, I should probably tell you a little bit more about our contestants. Julia Buckley, who is our Circle player, is a flight attendant, an adult diagnosed with type 1, an advocate, a runner, a mom to 3 four-legged creatures, and a perpetual optimist. And she is, this would be her 3rd year at Friends for Life. So she's really excited to be playing and be at Friends for Life virtually. RACHAEL, who is our ex, was on a camping trip with her family when their little boy Jasper got sick. He was quickly diagnosed with type 1 at the age of 5, and she found Friends for Life shortly thereafter. This is their 4th year, and RACHAEL is going through radiation treatments for breast cancer, and this day, as we are taping, is her last day of radiation. So she is going into the hospital as we speak, knowing that we are playing for her. Okay, so let's set up a new board. Clean slate. We are going to start with the Circle because Julia won. And let's start with the Friends for Life category. Cherise, let us ask you this question. The question is, for a long time, Friends for Life went back and forth between Disney World and the Marriott down the road in Orlando. The Marriott is a large enough convention space that it was often shared with other interesting conventions. Can you name one convention that was held at or around the same time as Friends for Life?
I have no clue because this is a kid-friendly show, so I'm not going to tell you where my mind went originally because that would be hilarious if that is what happened. However, I'm assuming that it's not. So I need some hints.
Anybody got some clogs?
I was trying to
Maura's going to try to
that looks like what Cherise was looking not to mention.
pick a physical art activity that also is the name of something you can use with Tostito chips.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
That's a good
That
clue.
opens up all sorts of possibilities.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it a RACHAEL conference?
There's no guacamole dancing. Let's just put it
Or ranch dressing dance.
Was it a salsa convention or dance convention?
It could. Let's ask. Let's find out. Edward Hawthorne, do you?
I'm gonna stick with salsa convention, not salsa, but a dance convention.
Salsa dancing, sure.
Yeah, salsa dancing.
Edward Hawthorne, what do you think? Salsa, agree or disagree?
Well, I'm gonna think there's no guacamole with Tostitos, so I'm gonna go with salsa.
You are correct. Salsa is the answer. The other choices.
Thank you for having my back, Edward. I appreciate you, bro.
Your other choices could have been anything from Irish dancing, soccer, karate, audiology. I think there was a wrestling or some kind of athletic convention at the Coronado before Friends for Life 1 year. So it's always interesting when we pass. I was lucky enough to be there for the Irish dancing with so much glitter, so much glitter. Okay, this category is cool people and cool jobs. And let us go to, let's see, I'm trying to be strategic for our players here. Let's go to Carrie. Carrie, April Blackwell works at NASA Mission Control, and she lives with type 1. What is the nickname she gives herself? Is it Nerdy April, Geeky April, or Brainy April?
It's Nerdy April.
Nerdy April. Henry Rodriguez, do you agree?
I do agree. Yes.
It is Nerdy April. X gets that square. Her blog is Nerdy April's Space Adventures, which spells NASA. So we really like that.
I never noticed that before. What's wrong with me?
We're learning so much.
I know.
Is that why she had to work at NASA so it matched her blog?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure it worked in that order. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's really a great person. I love talking to her. Okay, let's go with. I've lost track of where I am, of who I am.
You should pick Renza before she falls asleep.
All right. Oh, Renza, this is actually a great question for you.
Thank you for saying my name and just jolting me awake.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm a professional broadcaster, so I'm keeping track of these things. This is for Circle. Renza, your friend Grumpy Pumper is credited with 3 entries in the Urban Dictionary. I can't even say one of them on this show because we are family friendly.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the definition of one of them. And then I'm going to give you the choice of what the heck it means. Okay?
All right.
So here's the definition. This person carries a man bag with him 24 hours a day to ensure all the equipment he requires to manage his diabetes is with him all the time. Simply carrying everything in his pockets is not deemed to be cosmopolitan enough for this guy. What is Grumpy describing? Is it a Cosmo D, a Sophista D, or a Metro D?
I think I even know who he actually coined.
You do.
There are some things that are best left unsaid, I believe. I believe it's Metro G.
Metro D. Moira, do you agree with that?
As I stated before, I always agree with this young lady.
And you are correct. Circle gets the square. Circle. Oh, look at that.
There's an irony. After all of my my comments, I ended up getting one.
I was Googling around and looking for some questions about you all. I was really surprised to see Urban Dictionary pop up.
I'm jealous, by the way.
Yeah, you can. I'll give you all the link if you want to look up the other 2. Again, I can't really say.
Yes, please.
That one get in. Hang on a minute. I thought that one didn't get in. Is there another one?
This is really.
There were
if there are more.
I've got a spreadsheet of ones that didn't get in.
I'm Googling.
All right, we're going to go to. Let's go to Henry Rodriguez. This is another spell it. You can't even say it.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, but you might get this one. All right, this has been in the news for a while now. A 2-week course of this drug delayed the onset of clinical type 1 diabetes by 3 years as compared to those taking a placebo. There's a big study from TrialNet. Oh, I just realized you're a terrible person to ask this question, but I'm going to keep going. TrialNet is him. That's why I asked you. All right, too late now. Let's forge ahead. The medication is spelled TEPLIZUMAB. How do you pronounce it?
Teplizumab.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. What do you think? Carrie, is he right? The man who works with TrialNet?
I will say confidently, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you are correct. Teplizumab.
I rehearsed that.
It's a really good thing that wasn't for the win. I apologize for my.
Can you say it one more time?
Teplizumab.
It sounds like that thing from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the machine that they put in the cloud, the flimsumbudiger. So.
Well, that was the second choice for me.
Oh my goodness. Okay. This question is for, this is, where are we? Circle. This is for Grumps. All right. This is an industry tech question. It's very high level. Tide Pool uses nicknames when they show off demos of how the system works. So they don't use a real name of a person. They always make up a name. Which of these is a real fake name that they use? Is it James Jellyfish, Sally Sea Star, or Abigail Abacore? Remember, this is Tide Pool.
Okay.
Funny name.
What's an abacore?
Albacore?
Yeah.
Like tuna?
Why don't you call it tuna?
Sounds fancier.
Same reason they call
Look
antics
better on the menu.
because of blah, blah, blah.
Oh my gosh,
Doesn't
Cherise
matter.
is frozen in the cutest way ever.
Which is happy.
It's good for it.
I hope she stays that way. She looks so cute.
Right, it's James Jellyfish, Sally Sea Star, or Abigail Abacore. Albacore. I keep saying Abacore. Albacore.
Hello.
Okay. So
You.
I have a technical background, but unlike Moira, I've never ever taken apart a popcorn machine. I'm going to go for jellyfish because that's the only one I actually understood.
Oren Lieberman, do you agree or disagree? Wait, you're muted. Okay.
I'm unmuted now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Sally Seastar.
Well, you're both correct because all of those were the real deal. Those are all names that they use. So that was a twist.
Jellyfish and tide pools.
James Jellyfish, Sally Seastar, Catherine Catfish, and Abigail Albacore are all names used by Tide Pool for their data.
Why is it not Tracy the tuna? It would be so much more simple.
And Lenny the lobster.
Lenny the lobster. Otto the octopus. I'll tell you how deep level this was. After they gave me these answers, I said, why are those the nicknames? Like, why are they all sea themed? And they were like, Tide Pool. Yeah. So, okay, this is actually
now it's all clear.
Yes, this is circle. Wait, this is X to block. This could be X to block. Oren, this question is for you.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. All right, it's also industry technology. A small study in diabetes technology and therapeutics recently found that using a CGM in young children improves everybody's sleep, parent and child. True or false?
That could be true. We're gonna go with true.
I'm gonna go with true. Okay, let us go with I would go with Cherise, but she's so cute and frozen. All right, Carrie, we'll flip it around because we had the Batman stuff earlier. True or false, Carrie?
I
agree with Oren.
I think it's false. So I disagree.
It is false.
Sorry, Oren.
The children slept better, but the parents did not. This study showed that children ages 2 to 5 slept beautifully once they were on a CGM. Their parents slept worse because they were up all night staring at that thing.
Providers slept better, though.
Providers slept better.
As the parent of a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, there is no such thing as good sleep.
Exactly. I got to tell you, that was X to block. Oh, so that is a win. And that is 2 out of 3. We will play a little bit longer just for pride and profit as we go ahead here, because I have lots more questions. We have a little bit more time. So let's see if Rachel can make another sneak in here. All right, so let's just start again. Carrie, you're in the middle, so let's go with you. Hello, and this would be for an X. All right, this is in our category of, hey, I know that guy. Okay. This question is about Oren Lieberman. He covers serious stories for CNN, but recently had the chance to do a segment for an educational children's show. What show was it? It was here in the U.S.
Oh, I don't get a multiple choice for this?
How many children's shows? You want me to make them up for you?
Was it Sesame Street? Can you tell me? I'm gonna say it was for Sesame Street.
It was, Moira, do you agree or disagree?
This is just a guess, but since it's the only show I let my kids watch when they were little, I'm gonna guess Sesame Street.
It was Sesame Street. Yay!
Yay!
I would
Oren has hidden talent. The eyebrow thing, never noticed it. Very cool.
So subtle.
Oren, what was that like? That looked
with eyebrows.
Oh,
Doing quite well himself there.
I watched that segment. That was really cool. It was he's just doing his eyebrows now. I haven't seen Sesame Street for a long time, but that was a fun segment. Did you get to interact with anybody from Sesame Street or just put the segment out?
No, I tried to have the kids say hi Elmo in 3 languages, like back to back in Hebrew, English, and Arabic. That didn't work out. They got out of hi Elmo, and I was like, yeah, we're just going to cut it there and go back to the studio.
Okay, this question goes, gosh, I'm trying to make the game. So we've got the center X with Carrie. All right, let's go to Edward Hawthorne with this question. So Edward, I don't know if I've mentioned, I wrote a book, and the book was all about the mistakes I made.
Marketing with the discount?
Yeah, is it back there? I think I've, might have mentioned it. But it's all about the mistakes we made in raising my son with type 1 diabetes. And we talk about especially his young, like up to the end of elementary school life. So what is a mistake not mentioned in the book? Here are 3 mistakes. Pick one that we didn't actually make. Bolusing my purse instead of my kid. Forgetting pump cartridges during our out-of-town pump start, the very first time we would start our insulin pump. or trying to sneak out of my son's room because I couldn't decide how to check him through the crib slats? Which was not a mistake that I made.
Which was not a mistake that you made.
Yes. Yes. Bolusing my purse, forgetting pump cartridges, or trying to sneak out of the room and not treat anything.
I don't believe that you would ever try to sneak out of the room.
All right. Sneaking out of the room.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Renza, what do you think? Agree? Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
Wait a minute. What do you guys think? Can you give me a hint? You guys think I'm close?
Yeah.
Wait, Moira's going to go get the book? No.
That's what I'm doing. I'll start reading.
I know, that's why I'm killing
Right over
time.
here,
Just hurry up. I'm trying to buy us some time. Just hurry up.
I can't find it.
Carrie is looking for her copy of the book. And
I am. I'm scanning my bookshelves.
Okay, I'll just be about 10 minutes.
All right. Let's go with sneaking out of the room. Renza, do you agree or disagree?
I've done the other two things. I've forgotten cartridges when I've gone on a trip, and I have bolused into my handbag because wrong pump. Also weird. So I'm going to say I think it's sneaking out of the room too. I think Edward's right.
All right. Well, he's not. I did all of those things.
You did all of them. Did you?
X gets the score. Yeah, when Benny, our very first night home from the hospital, he was in a crib. And I walked in and I realized, like, do you lower the crib and make a lot of noise and wake him up? Like, do you go over the crib and try to keep him asleep? And then I said, I'm not doing anything. And I ran away.
Hey,
I did go back.
But then maybe the question was wrong then, because you said
Are you contesting the question?
not do, or did I not do any of them? So it was a trick question.
I would give it to you, except we've had
none of the above.
We've had a couple of trick questions already. It was the first trick
this
question.
way when we're on Jeopardy.
Well, I just fell for that one then. Okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, Alex Trebek doesn't take any of this guff.
Right?
All right. So this is in that same category, which is, hey, I know this guy. And this is Cherise. This is for you, and this is for an X for a win for Rachel. All right, no pressure. Oh no, wait, this is yeah, it is an X because that last one was an O. Don't worry, I got it all over here. We're gonna submit it to the FCC. It's all on the up and up. All right, so Cherise, hey, I know this guy. It's about Moira McCarthy. She is an award-winning adventure writer, and she basically won the Pulitzer Prize of ski writing. I mean, you know, Moira's a great travel and adventure writing. But she was a competitive freestyle skier in the 1970s and was known for a signature move. This move was a back handspring into what? And I will give you multiple choices on this. Was it a back handspring into a speedy downhill run, a split, or then jumping into the chairlift? So back handspring into one of those moves.
So I'm thinking, because I really don't know the answer, but based off of who Moira is, I wouldn't see her doing something simple like a split, because that's way too simple. That is not her thing. I think if she's gonna do it, she's gonna go big or go home, and I think she's gonna go big. So I'm trying to decide if it's between the first option or the last option. My heart is telling me it's the last option because it seems like something that she would do based off of our interactions together and her motivation and her drive to push other people to go over the top. So I'm gonna go with number 3.
Wait, I have a question though. You're saying that a split on skis is not a big move.
Yes.
I'm just trying to clarify. So you think it's a backflip into the chairlift?
Yep.
All right. Does anybody remember am I playing for circle or X here? I'm going to say this is for Rachel.
I thought it was a backflip into a martini.
Rachel.
And I just want to make sure that everybody understands I do not follow ski. So don't hold me or don't come at me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and be upset because I said that the splits on skis. So
I just wanted to make sure you knew that was the question. It wasn't.
But I know.
We have a lot. Yeah.
Some people can be. Everybody loves Moira. So if I'm wrong, I don't want her fans to come after me.
I would go after them, just so you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you have to worry, but we'll keep an eye out. Okay. Let's see. Dr. Rodriguez, what do you think? Do you agree or disagree on that one?
I would have to disagree. Now, I will mention that the split maneuver is something that many of us do unintentionally. Doing it intentionally, now that's impressive.
You are correct. It was a split on skis, which is crazy. I can't see either of the other. I mean, once you get past the backflip, and then, any of the other things would have won. I truly don't remember. I'm going to say that's a circle because I think we were playing for X for RACHAEL to win. We have time for one more question, contestants. And I have a question that is just a terrible match for some of you. Let's see. Da, 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 da. All right. Let's see if there's a question I worked hard on and wanted to ask.
You're not the awkward ones?
I have some funny ones. All right, let's do this one. This will go out on a cute note. All right, this question, let's ask you, Oren Lieberman. This is for you. This month, the beloved Babysitters Club series is coming to Netflix. Which of the original 4 babysitters lives with type 1 diabetes?
Jill.
I'm sorry, what?
Jill.
I'm guessing you've never read The Babysitter's Club or had your kids read it yet because they're too young. Here's the choices, and I will give anybody, it'll be free reign after we do the agree or disagree, extra credit if you come up with the position in the club, right? President, vice president, treasurer, that sort of thing. So the choices are Christy, Marianne, Claudia, or Stacey. You're still going to say Jill, Oren?
I'm tempted to stick with Jill. I'm going to go with Stacey.
All right, he goes with Stacey. I'm going to ask Grumps because I know that too many of you all actually know the answer to this one. Grumps, what do you think?
Grumps,
is Stacey
go
right?
with Jill.
So what, this is a book, a TV?
It's a book series. That's
okay.
great.
And it's about babysitters, right?
And the club they form.
And a club. I'm going to go with just agreeing because I have no idea at all.
You guys you're a bunch of fakers. You got it exactly right. I don't believe you that you've never heard of the Babysitters Club. So Stacey McGill, anybody know her position in the club?
Wasn't she the treasurer?
CFO.
She was she was the treasurer. Yes, she was the treasurer. And it's coming to Netflix. So we don't have time to finish that game. And Julia has actually already won the 2 out of 3. But the good news is that both of our contestants will win the gift card to Amazon. So thank you, ladies, for playing and being part of this. And thank you all so much for being part of our FFL-Wood Squares, our very first time doing anything like this. Hopefully it recorded. We haven't broken anything yet. We have about 10 seconds. Anybody have any parting words, shots?
I'm going to bed.
Go to bed.
I'm really hoping when the Babysitters Club comes back out, Stacey tells Luca before the hike that she has diabetes. That's all. And weighing on my mind. Okay.
Love it. I think it's so funny that it's Stacey. It's like, well, okay then. Still haven't gotten the author to talk to me for the show. Yes.
Maybe before we depart, we should just ask Grumpy to smile one time.
He's not going to do it.
Wow.
Good cause if you were fundraising for something, but he.
Oh, yeah. Now there's a thought. That's a good one.
Let me smile for Cherry.
Well done.
So
again,
we all smile and he can be miserable. I mean, grumpy.
Okay, wait, don't answer your phone. Let me do 2 things. I'm going to take a quick screenshot because I forgot to do that. So everybody except Grumpy smile and say, hello, friends for life, yay. Yay. I always take like 6 pictures. And let's do one waving and then I will let you all go. Bye, yay. Grumps is not going to wave.
This screen thing is not working. My hand.
Love it.
My Lord.
Look at you, you're disappearing.
Oh, you should have looked at.
Well, thank you for joining us from all over the world. This was unbelievable. The most unbelievable part is that we did it, and it seems to have recorded. So thank you so much. Our very first FFL-Wood Squares. Have a great time, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.